Okay.
What's that preempting? What's that preempting here?
I think TNC are going to pick big ticket ults going into the second phase.
Oh, Bane got banned out.
They attack Benny. Bane was also banned out in game 1.
So
Here in the
it's a
same
redo.
spot.
Feels like a redo.
In this very same spot.
Okay.
Red 4 could be 3-mar.
What's the big ticket ulti here for XP that we're looking for?
I don't know how I feel about the Alice, but it could be.
I feel like Alice just makes sense, especially if you layer it in with alongside the Grok, right?
Yep. A lot of dispositioning, good sustain.
A lot of people are gonna just stay still. Basically.
It's a little too much magic damage though, so I might like the Lapu Lapu.
Alright.
Lapu Lapu more.
Thinking about that XP lane already.
This land is our homeland,
And it is going to be
soon be our burial
locked in
ground.
there.
It's a better foil to the Yi Shin, because all you got to do is wait for the Traceless, you're mine.
And balance it out as well, because you already have Joy and Kimmy on the Magic anyway.
Yep.
That seems to be it.
So Liquid looking for pick for Sanji and Oheb.
Right.
The two baby boys of Cavalry.
I don't mind getting a Granger here, because we're not going to suffer the same fate as the Granger of TNC on game 1.
Yes, but also you're in a Yi Shin.
Already, you feel like that's just it. You just have to give all the gold over to this guy.
Yeah, funnel it over to Carl. Pick a fighter.
Fighter
But
for
what
Oheb.
fighter? But what fighter is the
That's
question.
right. Ruby might make some sense, or better sense here. But at the same time, your damage might lack. You need magic damage as well. There's that Farsa.
Yep.
It's still the Ruby.
So they're gonna say go again.
Okay, fine.
This is the same picks they had in game 2. And I think Liquid
They changed up one.
are trying to address what went wrong in game 1.
Or
Yes.
two of them.
Game 2 rather. So what's Benny to pick? I think they can still afford a fighter, dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say now.
100%.
Because they have a Joy and a Kimmy, that's enough. Pick a fighter.
Which fighter, though, is the big question. We seem to be running out. A lot of them were banned out already.
A little annoying and risky given the Arlott and the Ruby, but a Cho. I think Benny can still Cho.
And we've seen him be very comfortable on it. So I wouldn't mind seeing that here. Lest they go another great marksman, I don't think they will. This has to be a fighter.
Cho X Borg.
Cho X Borg is really good. There you go.
Cho's easier. Man, it's either we know TNC now,
you called a lot of these things.
or I'm pretty good at my job and I can be an analyst.
Both can be true. Both can be probably true here,
No,
Leo.
it's just I
Not
love
gonna
TNC's
lie.
brand of MLBB. It feels great. It's good because they have so many threats and they come online when they need
That's
it
right.
to.
Not just because they have a Bane as well. They love picking their Bane. Not just.
All this while, it's just my humble opinion, Liquid feels like they live in the past. Liquid feels like they're trying to correct what happened in game 2 and get a win off of that.
Yeah, they might be trying to answer too much as well against TNC's lineup, which, again, we've seen in Game 2 was going to be a big mistake. And I hope it doesn't get repeated here because...
Although I do like the Hilda. I like the Hilda
great.
because it's going to run right into that Joy
Yeah.
and that Kimmy, but
Aside from that, like, everything else is like...
yeah, everything else looks better for TNC.
yeah, so let's see. And Chakno on the Grok feels just so intuitive. It feels so slotted
It's
in.
him. It's him.
Right? You can't go wrong. Lancey should not die, ideally.
I asked all the pro players from TN16. Half of them said, Grok, who do you think of? First pick, Chaknu.
Groknu. Right there. So, Free Martisi on Lapu Lapu will also just do well against Sanford in general. So let's we're going to do it. We have a few more seconds. Throw it over to our casters right now.
Thank you so much, Leo and Rockhart. I love hearing you guys talk, you know? And I'm glad we're jumping into the game.
What a perfect transition.
Hey, what a perfect time to jump into game 3. If you're just joining us again, we took a little bit longer to get into this game. And here's a little refresh of the draft and the emblems. But yeah, I think this is a big one. After TNC took game 2, they get some very comfort picks here, Renmar.
Yeah, Benny Cutie on the Assassin emblem Cho still has the concussive blast, but this is going to be the one that builds BOD, if I'm not mistaken, by the third item. So this is going to be damage, you're going to be hunting. Chaknu can still play the traditional roamer. He's going to be changing things up with 3-Mar in terms of who's going to be holding the front. But this Ruby in game number 3 fares better than the Ruby in game number 2, because now your Don't Run Wolf King actually does more up against the Cho and the Joy. It doesn't do that much though up against the Lapu Lapu and Grok, so it's up to the timing of Oheb. But Sanji, oh my goodness!
Oh, he's gonna pop the Purify though.
Okay.
So early on damage, early on pressure from TNC. I think that's the other thing is like how well Oheb's able to utilize this Ruby pick, but also I feel like Joy just hasn't done too well, you know? We've only seen it a couple times so far in the playoffs, and it is now in the hands of Zyda. We'll see if this time around he's able to kind of break that mold on how Joys have been performing.
Especially now that our panelists have also highlighted the presence of a Hilda being a really great option against this lineup, because you could see it right now. JP just trying to always be in front of their faces, and now they get first blood onto 3-Mar. Zyda will fall next. And that's where you see how effective the Hilda is.
Yeah, and the final slash of Sanford on the money yet again. Perfect initiation by the Arlott, the signature pick of 40.
There's something about the Joy, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just too squishy right now in the current meta, but Zyda got deleted. And I feel like, you know, playing against a final slash and even to, in a sense, a lot of the crowd control that's going to come out from this lineup from TLPH is going to be a problem that TNC is constantly facing throughout this game. Look what's happening here too. Benny Cutie will go ahead and deal with JP. They wanted to go ahead and try to secure this purple buff, keep it safe. You can see where Zyda's positioning is too, and how they're going to rotate.
As we saw in the last fight, the Arlott is going to be the X-Factor pick here. Yes, questions on the Oheb Ruby, but definitely how Sanford interplays with Carl Teasy was actually perfect in the last sequence because they were able to use the turtle shift as well. Zyda, I wonder if he knows just how threatened his orange buff is. Chakra for the help.
Chakra just wanted to block them. He just wanted to help Zyda because you could feel the threat of Liquid coming not just from JP now. It's from every single member who tries to scout him. And even just as he wanted to transition to the purple, that's where JP comes back in. This is Liquid starting off the game the way they want to. A free objective, no kills whatsoever on either of their sides, and both being very stable and efficient.
Yeah, you're seeing how much work is needing to be done though to help Zyda right now. You can't be in a position where you fall too far behind against the YSS in the hands of Carl Teasy. Angie?
He gets caught here. Chaknu won't use any other resource. And he flies away.
Actually good that he didn't commit the tech charge there, though he could have. The fact that Sanji still has Purify means it would have been a wasted ultimate. Up top, Zyda pressure to get JP, man!
What? That's all the damage from a Hilda alone?
Yep.
It's something about this Joy, man. I mean, you can't even get away from an Arlott in the hands of Sanford, and next thing you know, you're dead. And look at this. I mean, he's just got a Fury Hammer for the most part, man. Like, and that's enough to just tear through the Joy.
JP's Hilda as well, doing things that he was known for, made a name for himself at in MSC 2025. TNC, though, still healthy enough, but let's see just how heavily they'll commit. They need to find the Arlott first. Chaknu gets to spot Sanford.
Yep, now they find him. Raven Spider 2 committed on the Arlott. He'll have to run away. Thank you! 3-Mar actually picks up the kill. Will the other members of TNC follow up? They get to zone Liquid well enough.
Yeah, condition check. They found Sanford. I don't think Sanford wanted to step out of that bush. He wanted to make the most out of his position there, but he stepped out for a moment. And Benny Cutie actually threatened Oheb, which meant that Oheb had to use his flicker to get out of there. Lancey!
Lancey will be
bang!
The concussive blast was enough, and the flicker from JP. But 3-Mar with such great precision too catches up.
Fancy, fancy moves from JP, but not enough to get away. Still, though, he gets a kill. That's great for him. Again, this roamer, anytime you end up getting a kill as the roam, especially in the hands of Hilda, one of the most annoying roams to deal with, that gives you a little bit of an advantage here to work around. It slows down Lancey. I mean, he even used up his Purify earlier on, too, so now he's even more susceptible.
Yeah, you see, Zaida just built up the tough boots, and he really needs that with all the crowd control that Team Liquid keeps throwing at him. Probably would have thought, hey, maybe Warrior Boots would have been good for him because all of the physical damage is what's actually messing up this Joy. But the crowd control is what he needs to get rid of the most, because there's a chance he'll be able to, once he has his items, yes, he'll get out of the crowd control much quicker, then he'll just regain the life that he lost.
Oh, don't run Wolf King. Not allowing Benny Cutie to pull off the full combo, and they might actually get to defend this. Look at Oheb.
I gotta say, trying to...
Okay, maybe you can't speak Zaida. He just wanted to defend. Chaknu here as well, but they won't even pay attention to him as much, or maybe they will, because they force out the tech charge.
I want to say two things real quick.
Okay.
It's so hard to gank a Ruby on the turret. Oh, there's a kick. They do get the Purify out. All right, hold on. And the last thought there was, man, again, Joy. Zaida has been shut down.
Okay, and Sanford might get shut down too.
All the crowd control in the game, putting in the work. Sansan putting in the work. Sanford, again, now this time he didn't show himself out of that bush. He waited as Carl Tizzy and Sanji were the ones pushing the turret. He waited for the eventual defense of TNC, which is why they were able to get a kill.
Oh, Chaknu? Is he gonna be targeted? What a sidestep! And he actually gets to catch multiple members, 3-mark with follow-up 2. He's gonna go after Carl. Feathered airstrike from that reposition on Sanji. But TNC will get this objective.
Oh, wow, Chaknu using the flicker to change the trajectory of the tech charge to knock 3 members of Liquid up, showing why our guest in the Filipino broadcast panel just a few days ago, Fuego, one of the most well-known content creators in the MLBB space, why he saw Chaknu. Wait.
Whoa.
I did not expect that.
That was a grab if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that was Oheb and Carl Tizzy linking up, and Benny Cutie just out of the timing. He thought that he'd be able to contest that without a problem, but then Baby Cakes was ready.
Yeah, because that was a Jeet Kundo that he used, but he just timed the I'm offended so well that they were able to catch him, and now 3-mar, he's trying to take on Baby Cakes. He brings them down to at least half HP, but not entirely something, or he can't even take a kill, right?
3-mar wanted to fight that. At least he keeps the turret up, but I think it's still eventually going to be pushed in here. JP cutting off that side too. Itemization-wise, you can see TNC is rather behind. They need to catch up here.
Liquid, significant lead. No, clearly up the gold laners, has 700, 800, floating, 500 between the 2 mid laners. As Zaida, who's suffering the most. Of course, with the 3 deaths, we saw the difficulty he had. Good stun by Carl Tizzy, forcing back 3-mar. And now TT Pro Team really have to play for their Joy. They need this Joy online and good to go.
Betty Q knows 2 members. Way of the Dragon already committed. Tech charge 2. It still catches JP, but Oheb will go back. He doesn't catch anyone with the I'm offended, but oh my goodness, Sanford. He still finds a target. Sanji there too, but Zaida and Benny are after him. He still has the wings by wings, and now they change targets onto 3-mar. He might not
Liquid, significant lead. No, clearly up the gold laners, has 700, 800, floating, 500 between the 2 mid laners. As Zaida, who's suffering the most. Of course, with the 3 deaths, we saw the difficulty he had. Good stun by Carl Tizzy, forcing back 3-mar. And now TT Pro Team really have to play for their Joy. They need this Joy online and good to go.
Betty Q knows 2 members. Way of the Dragon already committed. Tech charge 2. It still catches JP, but Oheb will go back. He doesn't catch anyone with the I'm offended, but oh my goodness, Sanford. He still finds a target. Sanji there too, but Zaida and Benny are after him. He still has the wings by wings, and now they change targets onto 3-mar. He might not actually last, and that's a mega kill for Carl Tizzy.
I look like an overcommittal there. I was surprised that Chapman committed the tech charge. I thought after JP was able to get away that they just let him go already. But since Chapman used the tech charge, Liquid just comfortably fought after that.
Chaknu trying to keep that holy shield up. He gets pulled.
They bring them back in. He still gets to walk away, but Benny Cutie has a Way of the Dragon, uses it on Sanford, but Oheb picks up the kill.
Oheb has not stopped emoting for the past 2 minutes, and they will get Chaknu as well. Man, TLPH. At this point, they're playing with TNC.
3-mar using the bravest fighter. Oheb all alone because Sanji has the wings by wings out. but he's still not stopping the recalls.
Oh, man.
Oheb knows just how much in the lead they are. JP and Sanji together have just put so much pressure in the center of the map that it translated everywhere. Carl Teasy was free to farm. Zyda was definitely not free to farm. While Sanji, JP, and even Sanford eventually, once he started getting out of lane, recovering a lot of the entry points of TNC Pro Team. Look at where the Arlot is now. Still only just a Fury Hammer, but the damage that he's dealing is insane. Oracle, Radiant Armor to help with the magic damage, or even more, Team Liquid Philippines have built items so that even when Zyda with a Holy Crystal is still going to be thinking, why is my damage not enough? Unless it's actually the Farsa that he finds. But with the presence of the Ruby now who's out of lane and confidently TPing on them, not much that the Joy can do once Oheb gets a spot onto the Joy.
Yeah, that's really a problem here is, you know, this time around when that Ruby got picked up, it was like, all right, you look at the lineup TNC has, that Ruby's going to be much more devastating to deal with than in the previous game, and that's exactly what's happening here for TNC. Facing this.
A four-man final slash from Sanford, picking up 2 kills even before the Lord gets to march in. Oheb with the Eye of Vended also catching Benny. Now it's just Chapnu and 3 Mar on the defense.
Oh, it's looking grim here. Chapnu, he's facing the Stampede.
What can they do to prevent the Stampede? They'll tank everything and they'll end game number 3.
That wasn't a final slash, that was the 40 slash. Coming